So I remember when God was asking me to deliver this new spiritual understanding, this new religion, this new perspective on how to do things in this world, religiously speaking. I wasn't exactly sure exactly how I was going to go about doing this. I simply had the willingness to do whatever was needed. And, I know there are a lot of people out there who, don't put any stock in religion, or, if they were like me, the way I was, they think the last thing that we need is more religion. But the truth is that God is asking me to bring this message to life to help people better understand how to do it, and that comes in the form of what we understand as religion. Now, I've studied every religion that's ever existed so that I could have a better understanding of how to present the information that God has shared with me. And if you're unfamiliar with afterlife and heaven and hell and all the spiritual aspects of creation, then religion itself can be very challenging. But if you do have an inkling of that there's more to life, then you're probably curious, like I was, as to how things work, and why we're supposed to be obedient, and why we're supposed to be faithful in Jesus, and why we're supposed to have a spiritual foundation. If you look at the ways of the world right now, you realize that it's absolutely necessary for us to live a certain way, otherwise there are consequences. And when I see the majority of the people that have fallen into the world, it's no wonder God's asked this of me. It's very challenging. I've had to drop a lot of things in order for this to happen. I've had to put all my focus in Him and go in the direction that He called me to. And there are a lot of worldly people who don't want God's message in this world. So you understand there are obstacles that we all face as faithful children of God. Following Jesus, it leads to that very same thing. It's one of the reasons people are persecuted in this world is the worldly ones. First off, they're fighting against God, and secondly, when you're with Him, then they act out towards us. So it's been challenging with that respect. I've gone through a number of years of persecution, but the message is still the same. It's a loving, faithful, unifying way that God asks of us. It's what Jesus first taught us 2,000 years ago, and it's something that I'm recapping and sharing. Not only the loving aspect of it, but the unifying way and what that leads to. Salvation is real. Atonement has to be made. Guys, there's a reason that Jesus lived and died. If you're not grasping that concept of it, then religion itself might be very difficult for you. I'm not even talking about, the other religions that are out there right now. I'm following after Jesus. Some people call that Christianity. Guys, I'm talking to you from a faithful place of God and being in this loving way with Him, and what that really means. And that's what Mesa is about. We're explaining that there's more to it, spiritually speaking, energetically speaking, consciously speaking. I hear a lot of people who say they're awoke or they're awake, and that, we're awake, that there's more to it. But if you're not understanding the way, then you're simply awake in the world, probably doing ungodly things. So you have to be mindful of the whole thing. And that's what we're going to be explaining here with Mesa, and we're going to talk a lot about spiritual enlightenment. It's not just a Buddhist thing, guys. Spiritual enlightenment is something that happens to people when they get to a certain level of understanding, spiritually speaking. And it's something that I try to help everybody get to. It's a balance thing. It is. It has a lot to do with our energy and our consciousness and our spirituality. And, sharing this from a Christian standpoint, I'm anticipating it's going to reach a lot of people. There are a lot of people in need of this message. And that's what we're going to be bringing to you here. So I'm glad that you're here. I hope that you're inspired by these things. If you haven't seen about any of the things that we're revealing, go check it out. We're all over social media. We've written books. We're writing more. Check out some of the videos. Guys, we're trying to help lift the world and get us to a better place after life. So thanks for listening. God bless you.